Hey everybody, welcome back. We're on the Paladin today, and we're cutting north through Duskwood here. We're looking for a grave for Bride of the Embalmer, and we have to turn in armed and ready to Seven. Oh dear lord. I think we're gonna be okay. But yeah, so we're gonna look for a grave, which is gonna be somewhere north of the Ravenhill Cemetery. And then we're going to run over to Seven's camp on the far western coast. After that, we're going to jump across the river into Elwian and head to Goldshire. We have a part of a quest that's going to turn in at the inn in Goldshire. And that's Legend of Stalvin. Yesterday it was raining in Westfall. Today it is raining in Duskwood, adding yet another layer of gloom to the already morose zone. Oh, hello. I didn't use Seal of the Crusader. Okay, we need to try out Seal of the Crusader because we did respec and we put some points into improved Seal of the Crusader, so by doing that we're basically saying we're going to try to use it. Oh, this guy's not even worth any experience, but... I hope we start to see that payoff. Probably on longer encounters, it'll be more useful. Obviously something that will be at level with us will be a bit of a longer encounter than a level 20 spider up against our level 28. Oh, this wolf, you know, even though we're quite higher than him, he decided to aggro. I thought maybe he would leave us alone. No such luck. For him, that is. I'll avoid this guy. These days, every time I go to turn on the actual news, I turn on the WoW news instead. And things are a lot brighter on the WoW side of news. It's when you look at the real news that the world becomes a little bit more unlivable. But we're learning some very exciting things about the systems that are going to be a part of Shadowlands. Covenant abilities and soulbinds. All kinds of very interesting systems that look like they're going to let us have some customization to our characters, so there will be things that will kind of be permanent choices, or choices that are very difficult to change. Stuff that you won't want to change or be able to change on an encounter by encounter basis. So that all seems very promising. We'll see how it works out. Alright, I'm not like 100% sure where this grave is. We have found this a couple of times before. I remember somebody had to lead me to it on the warrior. Ooh, look at this. It's actually just right behind his hut. Maybe I'm thinking of a different grave. Isn't there a grave behind one of the houses over here? The one that makes where the sky is purple? Pretty sure that's a real thing. Digging through the dirt. You dig through the semi-loose dirt over the grave and find the remains of a coffin. Within the coffin you can feel the vibrating scrapes of clawed fingers and the gnashing of rotted teeth. Will you open the coffin and retrieve the embalmer's heart? Yeah, that probably wasn't the greatest idea. I'm assuming it's going to make short work of us, isn't it? Run! We need a group for this. Obviously. Bride of the Embalmer. Okay. Assuming we can survive, which at this point is not guaranteed. There we go. Alright, we need a group. That didn't take very long at all. Okay, we are apparently just hanging out right in the spider den, basically. We should probably relocate. Alright, it looks like he's still a little ways away. I wonder if we can get over to Sven in the meantime. We probably can. Let's try to remember... Oh god, they're still up over here. Gonna want to swing wide if we want to get to Sven. And then we're probably gonna have to run through a bunch of spiders and wolves. Yeah. Ideally, we'd be able to get to Sven and then meet him back there right as he arrives at the grave. We'll see if that happens or if he ends up having to wait for us. I don't know how often the minimap actually updates.
I need a target.
Apparently about every 5 seconds or so. Yeah, I think we'll get back in plenty of time.
What can I do for you?
Ah, this will be proof against the fiend Morbid Fell. Well done. You are ready. Morbid Fell will fall. Morbid Fell hides in his lair, the house perched atop the hill to the east, overlooking the Raven Hill Cemetery. His time in this land is drawing to an end. Use Morbid's bane against him. It will render his protective magics powerless. Slay him and save us from his wickedness. Be the instrument of my revenge, and a hero of Duskwood.
Light bless you.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's get back over here before this guy wonders what the hell we're doing. Yeah, we could do that pretty soon. And since we'll need a group for it anyway, we could probably just do it any time we can find a group from here on out. Even if it's still orange, it's probably not going to matter too much if we have 3 or 4 fellow adventurers at our side. Well, we'll see. I swear there was another grave where maybe I've already been to it. I thought it began a quest. I wonder if we could do it with just the two of us. What is he? He is a priest. We are a paladin. That's not a lot of damage. What level is he? Level 30. He spawns ads is my main concern. She, I guess. Spawns ads, man. Don't pull. Let's have a rational conversation about this first. I don't mind pulling it, but if we're gonna pull it, let's do so with all the facts. Try to find someone. Well, you are lead, or you could pass me lead, or we could just pull this thing and do it live. Let's see if we get anybody. What can we do in the meantime? We could run over here and fight some of these dudes. Why? Why not? If we don't find anybody, we'll just try to pull it. Oh, somebody's doing something. Well, somebody's going for it. Now, whether or not they succeed, I don't really know what their chances are, but it looks like we might be on the aggro chain here. So that's unfortunate.
I can't trust that yet.
Yep, it looks like our priest got us onto the aggro chain.
That's still charging. I can't trust that yet. That spell is ready. That's still recharging.
Well, that was not the greatest thing.
My mana is low.
And we're not doing any damage with the shield up, obviously. We're really just not doing any damage in general. But we got her. It wasn't pretty. Not at all. Oh, we're surrounded by spiders as well. I'd rather not. Yeah, that's so true. It is one way to do it. Let's do that. All right. So we've got that taken care of. Let's hearth back, and we're gonna fly. No. That's not what we're gonna do. We're past that point. We are gonna head north because we have to get to Goldshire Inn. So we're gonna head north. We'll get to Goldshire. We'll turn in this fetch quest there, and then we will most likely hearth back to Darkshire. Unless it wants us to go to Stormwind for some reason, then we could probably just run to Stormwind from Goldshire. Would be faster. I'm basically headed right at it. It's been a long time since we've been in Elwyn Forest. It's been long enough that I've learned how to pronounce it correctly, thanks to you guys. It's Oh, okay, it was basically it was a 2-hit. I think they probably killed themselves on our Retribution aura. I had to guess. So I don't know if we're looking for an item or if we're going to talk to a person, but apparently Stalvin might have been living here at some point. Either before or after he lived in Moonbrook. Oh, we're going to talk to the innkeeper. That makes sense.
I'm out of range.
How are you?
Stalvin? Sure sounds familiar. The name Stalvin rings a bell. I remember now. Many years back, on a stormy night, a messenger came in, seeking refuge for the night. Near the stroke of midnight, the man ran down the stairs screaming, his face pale with fear. Still wearing his bedclothes, he disappeared into the downpour. In his haste, he forgot his letters in the chest upstairs. He never returned for them. One remains from that Stalvin fellow, intended for the Canal district in Stormwind. Help yourself to it. Okay.
Safe travels.
So we are going to Stormwind. I must have been pulling at some memory from a prior playthrough. Okay, so it's in the footlocker back here, right? Mm-hmm. There we go. So nice of them to just hang on to the stuff for him. Or for any adventurer claiming to be investigating him. It's fine. It makes total sense that they would let us take these things. And I guess now we'll just run over to Stormwind. Even if we were to Hearth, I think the flight would just be longer. Well, we've been to Stormwind quite a bit recently. The Canal district. Ooh, the music is, well, the music is incredibly loud here. All of a sudden. Let's bring that down just a little bit. It's mainly only the Stormwind and Orgrimmar music that really gets like that. Okay, so the Canal district should just be anywhere where there are canals. Do we have a direction? The Canal district. Okay, well, we'll walk the canals around the trade district and see what happens. We should probably see a dot on the map whenever we're close. Okay, so nothing over in this corner. I guess we will walk around here. It's probably on the other side, since I started on this side. It's probably over on the eastern side of the trade district. Kind of trying to keep an eye on the mini-map. Watch for that yellow dot to pop up. Well, now I'm not so sure. It's the Great Canal search. I can't believe they just say the Canal District and they don't provide any more directions, and that it's going to be the last place that I look. Something tells me that it's not going to be in the Dwarven District. I don't know why. Was it up by the Cathedral Square? We've done this quest before, but I don't remember exactly where this turn-in is at. Well, now we're over in the Mage District where the canals kind of end. Oh, look at that. There he is. So, he's tucked away back here in the very corner of the Mage Quarter.
You need something?
What have you got there? Let me take a look at that. You've got some nerve bringing this here. My father was the caretaker of the estate long before I was. He had to mop the blood up after the massacre, but that's neither here nor there. The last funds of the Flint Ridge Trust have dried up. Now the last of the family possessions are headed for auction. Blame the tax vultures. I guess if you're really itching to learn more, you're free to look through the junk. Who knows what you might find? Search through the packed up possessions for a clue.
Be careful.
Okay.
It's too far away.
You slowly slide the lid of the crate off. Inside the crate you find various objects, musty heirlooms, a family portrait, a few hunting trophies, and some old books. Near the bottom, underneath a ceramic vase, you uncover a torn journal page. The torn journal page you discover provides your next clue. Oh, well hello there. Well, let's do this. There we go. Whoops. Sorry about that. 70 copper. Okay, but what did the note say? Giles, the boy seems a bit rambunctious and will be a challenge to educate. However, the elder daughter, Tiloa, seems exceptionally smart. I couldn't help but to notice her captivating beauty as well. She is on the cusp of womanhood now. Supposedly the Lord has arranged her marriage for next year, but I digress. This week I will accompany the family to their summer cottage near the Eastvale logging camp in Elwyn, close to the Red Ridge Mountains. I hope to write more while there. Oh boy. Near the Eastvale logging camp in Elwyn. Well, I guess we know where we're going next. Yeah, so it's kind of funny because in this case you actually have to read the note to find out where to go because it isn't in the quest text. I wonder what would be the shorter run. We're gonna see if that's the shorter run. We should be able to just to run north from Darkshire. We'll have to run back too, but it's fine. Let's turn this in.
Light be with you.
You've done it. The magic within his heart will be proof against the Embalmer's evil, and a powerful aegis over the town of Darkshire. You've done a great thing for our people. Your name will remain in our annals forever. Alright, well... God, they have stats on them. We're gonna equip those, because they just have better stats. We lose a little bit of armor, but...
Be careful.
Perfect. It's gonna help our mana regen and our mana pool a little bit. Alright, we are approaching the East Vale logging camp. We just have to decide which of these cabins that they would be in. Let's... Well, wait. What is this? Oh, we don't have to go search for anything. We can simply talk to Marshal Haggard, and he's going to tell us all we need to know, apparently. I thought we might actually have to search the buildings for something, but no.
King's honor, friend.
Not in this case. What have you got there? I cannot see. My eyesight is very bad. Put it in my hands. I can barely make out those letters, but that writing style reminds me of something I once saw before my vision became so poor. There was a bundle of parchment in the chest upstairs when I moved into this place. I looked at them once when I first arrived, but I gave up once the fog hazed over my peepers. Do an old, nearly blind man a favor and check the chest upstairs for anything that might help you in your quest to discover more about this Stalvin character. I'm pretty sure there's a faded journal page that might be of interest to you. Bring it to me and I'll help in any way I can. It's funny when you actually read these quests, because you read things like, do an old, nearly blind man a favor, and check the chest for anything that might help you on your quest. How the... is that doing him a favor? What motivation does he have to help us? I don't know why that would be doing him a favor. It's so weird. Some of these quests, it feels like they just had the thought, like, you know how many people are actually going to read this? Well, I hope quite a few, unfortunately, in this case.
For the Alliance.
Come on, quest writers. Come on. You just get rid of that entire sentence because it makes no sense. Just have him tell us about the chest upstairs or whatever. Lethargy of the Orcs. Months passed, and more orc prisoners were rounded up and placed within the internment camps. As the camps began to overflow, the Alliance was forced to construct new camps in the plains south of Alterac Mountains. To properly maintain and supply the growing number of camps, King Tyrannus levied a new tax on the Alliance nations. This tax, along with increased political tensions over the border disputes, created widespread unrest. It seemed that the fragile pact that had forged the human nations together in their darkest hour would break at any given moment. Amidst the political turmoil, many of the camp wardens began to notice an unsettling change come over their orc captives. The orcs' efforts to escape from the camps or even fight amongst themselves had greatly decreased in frequency over time. The orcs were becoming increasingly aloof and lethargic. Though it was difficult to believe, the orcs once held as the most aggressive race ever seen on Azeroth had completely lost their will to fight. The strange lethargy confounded the Alliance leaders and continued to take its toll on the rapidly weakening orcs. Some speculated that the strange disease, contractable only by orcs, brought about the baffling lethargy. But Archmage Antonidas of Dalaran posed a different hypothesis. Researching what little he could find of orcish history, Antonidas learned that the orcs had been under the crippling influence of demonic power for generations. He speculated that the orcs had been corrupted by these powers even before their first invasion of Azeroth. Clearly, the demons had spiked the orcs' blood, and in turn, the brutes had been granted unnaturally heightened strength, endurance, and aggression. Antonidas theorized that the orcs' communal lethargy was not actually a disease, but a consequence of racial withdrawal from the volatile warlock magics that had made them fearsome, bloodlusted warriors. Though the symptoms were clear, Antonidas was unable to find a cure for the orcs' present condition. Then, too, many of his fellow mages, as well as a few notable Alliance leaders, argued that finding a cure for the orcs would be an imprudent venture. Left to ponder the orcs' mysterious condition, Antonidas' conclusion was that the orcs' cure would have to be a spiritual one. Very cool. Not at all what we were here for, so sometimes when I come across lore like that, if it's interesting, I just want to read it right then so we can see what is going on. Here is another chest for us to open. Alright, faded journal page. Oh, hi again. Thank you for the curse. We really appreciate the curse. It's been working out really great for us. I feel like we're killing things at a faster rate. Maybe it's just a hopeful illusion, but... Most strange and uncontrollable feeling. Never have I felt the way I did today. Whilst assisting Giles with his history lesson, Taloa was outside tending to the flower garden. After a few minutes, she came inside and placed a scarlet begonia in my open palm and smiled at me in such a way that my heart felt as though it was trembling within my chest. Okay, well, let's go down and talk to the old blind marshal. Let him know that we helped him by helping ourselves.
Greetings.
You found it. I know of someone who might be able to assist you. Back when I was leading the Stormwind Guard, we used to get drinks at the Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire. The innkeeper there, Smits, was quite an expert on the local lore. Show him this page and see what he has to say about it.
Go with honor, friend.
Alright, so... back to Darkshire we go. I'm kind of hoping that since we're back in Darkshire now, that all the fetchiness of this quest chain will come to an end, and we'll get towards some kind of actual conclusion. But let's see. Moonbrook, Goldshire, logging camp, Stormwind. Stormwind twice? Stormwind at least once.
Can I help
And now
you?
we're back here. Marshal Haggard sent you? Why didn't you say so? I just said so. I just said it. Ah, good old Haggard. Poor chap is going to be completely blind before long. Anyway, let me see what you've got there. By the light. I bet you recognize that handwriting. I followed the legend of that Stalvin character for years. When those visiting nobles were slaughtered a few years back when I went with Haggard to investigate. I found these muddy pages, but we were never able to link the handwriting to that crazy man in the woods. Your trail of evidence proves his guilt. Take this to Commander Ebenlock immediately, and fill her in on what you've discovered.
Have a good one.
Alright, cool. She's right outside, so...
Can I help you?
This better be good, Paladin. Let me see what you have there and tell me your tale. But by the light, be quick about it. Darkshire's defense is my #1 priority. I have not the time to squander on dead-end leads. My, you have proved yourself to be quite a detective, Paladin. I've had my eye on that creep, Stalvin, for quite some time, but if this page was written by the same hand, it proves his guilt beyond a shadow of a doubt. In all his days keeping the town registry, Clerk Daltrey has become an expert at identifying handwriting. Show him this page and see if the writing matches that of the registry signature.
Farewell.
The fetchiness is not over, but at least it's being confined to, like, this 100-yard area.
You need something?
Well, yes, the handwriting on this page does in fact match that of the registry signatures. Let Commander Ebenlock know immediately.
See you later.
Like, I think she heard us from there. We're just inside the doorway, man.
Well met.
You get all that? She did. Stalvin Mistmantle led a life of depravity. Innocent victims died by his hand. Undoubtedly, he is guilty of countless crimes. Now the lunatic threatens Darkshire. The light only knows what sordid acts he is plotting. Travel to his cottage just north of town, Paladin, and execute Stalvin once and for all. When the deed is done, travel to Madame Eva's and show her his family ring. After all, it was her premonition that led to this gruesome discovery. But Darkshire is safer because of her.
Have a good one.
Okay. Yeah, we can... Right here, Manor Mistmantle. This is gonna be right here. We could probably just go take care of this real fast. Yeah, but then again, we probably can't go take care of this real fast. In fact, we aren't gonna take care of this right now. Maybe not for a few levels. Worgen in the Woods. That's gonna be our next quest that we do. Where are these guys at? They settle down near some of the caves and in the mine to the south. The mine, aha, right here. Okay, perfect. We are going to take a bit of a break. When we return, we will head down to the caves there and do some more Worgen hunting. And then when we gain a level or so, we'll be able to take on Morbid Fell. Actually, once we do the Worgen in the Woods, we'll go find a group for Morbid Fell, even if it's still an orange quest. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate all the support you guys give. It means a lot. So take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we'll see you again soon. Bye now.